And now it is my pleasure. Oh, I don't know who's with Susan, but I'm going to invite Susan Clark to do our opening song, and perhaps she can tell you who's with her because I don't
Well,
actually know.
perhaps I can. I don't know. They just wandered in off of the street. I don't
Yeah.
know. So,
I'm wanting
this is
food.
these are two of my very good friends and a new friend of mine, Shimon. Shimon King on woodwinds and trumpet, Scott Sweezy on percussion, and Katie Gill helping out with the vocals today. And we're going to do an opening song that I'd like for you to sing along with. And how's everybody doing? Huh. What? Oh, it's good to be back. Yes, I'm fine. I was fine. I am fine. Yes, everything is fine. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. I dreamed of rain. So sing along best you can. Beautiful song by Jan Garrett. Here we go. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and the green was easy and the rivers ran clear. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and the way was easy and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom.
have Lisa Kerr offering prayer today. And we have Greg Gardner and Teresa Greco and Kathy Mathiasen all holding the high watch. So we appreciate that. So thank you so much to everyone. Lisa.
And we are surrounded by and filled with this love that is God. And I invoke and evoke that presence, that essence of God into this sacred space, knowing that God is everything and all things. God is absolute love, perfection, harmony, peace, joy, abundance, courage, anything and all things. And as I stand before you today, I remember who I am. I am an individualized personification of this thing that I call God. I am perfection. I am harmony. I am peace. I am courage. I am persistence. I am love. I am joy. I am. And just as this is true for me, it is true for each and every one of you. Perfect God, perfect being, perfect man. You are. You are perfection and harmony, joy, peace, love, perfect health, abundance, and prosperity. You are. And I would like to bless in advance the words that are spoken by Reverend Gill, by Nancy, by everyone that is participating in this service, and to bless the music that is flowing forth from Susan and the wonderful group that she has gathered today. And with that, I release this prayer to the law of mind, knowing that it cannot come back to me void, and so it is.
Thank you. So with that, we just take a moment and remember the basic thing that we come here for. This is a place where we teach the principles of New Thought, Ancient Wisdom through the science of mind. And there's some basic things that we just like to remind ourselves of. And one of those is simply that there is only one power in the universe. And that one power is known by many names, but it's only one. So we don't have to be confused. Just one place to go. We believe that we are co-creators. Our thought is creative. Our intentions are creative. And so we want to be clear about what we're really intending and what we're thinking. And thirdly, although it doesn't always look like it, it's always love. It's always an act of love or a call for love. That's it. So we just hold each other in that space at all times and ourselves. And finally, guess what? You guys are whole, perfect, and complete right where you are. Right where you are. So there's nothing to fix, add, or anything. There's always a few things we'd like to adjust, but it's just a matter of opening ourselves up to the perfection that's ours. So with that, I'm grateful that you've all chosen to be here. And I wanted to take a moment to greet all of you who may not have been with us before, particularly those of you who are here for the second time. Is anybody here for the second or third time today? Okay, we got a couple brave ones. All right, thank you for coming back. All right. And people, if you are here for the very first time, we just want to acknowledge you and say thank you so much for being here. And we're going to do a blessing for those of you who are, actually, we're going to do a blessing for everyone. Everyone. But if you're new, especially, open yourselves up to receiving it. We appreciate that. So let's put our hands together, outstretch our hands. Let's allow energy to flow. We see you. We know who you really are. You are a emanation of the divine, and we are grateful for your presence.
Good morning again. So now we are going to do our vision and mission statement. And our vision with the power of love in action. And our mission is loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. And I have actually two little sacred readings here for you this morning. I can get to them. Electronics are always fun. Of course, it's not where I thought it was going to be. Somebody said to me this morning, I haven't seen you up there before. I said, that's because I haven't been up here in a really long time. Anyway, we have, this is from Curious. Wait a minute. Get the title for you so you know where it came from. It's the name of it's called Curious. It's by Todd Cashdam, PhD, Discovering the Missing Element to a Fulfilling Life. And what Todd says here is, we often make the fatal mistake of thinking growth opportunities come to an end when something or someone becomes part of our daily routine. When things become familiar and predictable, we become mindless drones. We tune out. As soon as we think we understand something, we stop paying attention. Novelty is different. We often pay attention to the unfamiliar and listen to new people because they grab our attention. What we forget is that novelty always exists in the present moment. There is much to learn from the unfamiliar and the familiar. No two hugs are the same. No two pizzerias make pizza slices the same way. No two times we watch The Godfather are the same, and so it goes. Being curious is about recognizing novelty and seizing the pleasures and meaning that they offer us. And if I can get to this other one, I had one other little quote here that my Kindle does not want to let me see. This second quote is from the pastor whose name I can't remember. Here it is. This is from Being Curious by Casey something or another. Nope, Casey Tigret, who is apparently a minister. And he says, why the gift of curiosity? There's a difficult line to walk between what we need to know and what falls into the realm of mystery. Walking that line often wears on our nerves and causes incredible tension. And so we settle for easy answers. We stop asking questions. We give up. We begin to lose the one thing that fiercely energizes the transformation of our souls. Something beautiful, poetic, joyful, and happily disruptive. Curiosity. Curiosity is essential to movement in our lives. A little curiosity moves us deeper into the lives of our children and friends. A little curiosity helps us understand strange emotions and where they are coming from. A little curiosity helps us find opportunities and graces for life we never knew existed. Thank you so much. And yeah, Now we have some more special music, so I'd like to welcome back Susan and Scott and Shanona.
So much fun for me to have my buddies here. We've been in various bands with each other for past 30 years. What's that say?
Now we're dating ourselves now, aren't we?
I'm not.
Nobody else will.
Yeah.
We gotta date ourselves.
If we go out, you're going to spring for dinner though. If we're
Yeah,
dating.
okay, yeah. That's right.
Anyway, this song is called "May You Be Released." Is that right?
May we be released.
May we be released. It's by Carrie Newcomer, brought to you by Katie Gill, in only the way Katie Gill can deliver a song.
Now it's morning for me, and I'm sort of like a nighttime person. So yeah, thanks. I need my voice needs all the help. I love this song. I just love this. The first time I heard it, I thought I need to learn this song. So. May you get fed up and finish. Whoops, I'm over what? Okay, let's start over. May you bless the place you fell and bless the place you live. Let go of hidden stories too dangerous to tell. Let there be no stones to throw and someone to watch your back. Some prayers be never answered for the things that you think you lack. May we be released. May we be held dear. May we listen to the wisdom that we didn't want to hear. May we be released. May we. May you leave and walk away. Kick the dust and shout unfair. May we finally stop and think of the blame that we both share. May you stand and give both winds and home's the passing thought. When the truth catches your eye, may you have the grace to stop. May we be released. May we be held dear. May we listen to the wisdom that we didn't want to hear. May we be released. May we. May you get fed up and finish all those sessions past their prime. May you find the silent center and leave all undone behind. May there be bread and honey. May somebody love your flaws. Give a stranger your umbrella and love a grateful dog. May we be released. May we be held dear. May we listen to the wisdom that we didn't want to hear. May we be released. May we. May we finally hear all the perfect lies that kept us here, and the skills we learned just to keep us whole. Be thankful what they were and finally let go. unseen world be present, invoked into your life. May you have the strength to question all the things you thought were right. May you sense the light and joy of the very old and very young. May you go ahead and finish what you should never have begun. May we be released. May we be held dear. May we listen to the wisdom that we didn't want to hear. May we be released. May we.
Thank you. Katie Gill.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Katie, for being with us today. Katie and I get to share a name. That's kind of fun. Well, I'd like to start today by just talking through a couple things. One of them is there's a title in our newsletter that went out that says, "Why me?" And there's a title that I sent into the newsletter that says, "Not me." Now, there were two words, even better, because they sent it to me before they sent it out. So it's, I can't blame that on any. I was sharing this with Robin, and she says, "Well, why not me?" I said, "Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. I like that." Now, I was thinking about calling you out, Norm, today, since you called me out last week. Because you did ask me when I was first here how much influence my wife would have. And so now you know. But why not me? Who else is there? Who else is there? Who else is going to do it? Who else is going to be it? Who else is going to live it if it's not me? And I know that for myself, when I think of that, the thing that comes to my mind, and the reason I originally wrote "not me," is because I think, oh no, that's not me. That's not for me to do. That's someone else's job. That's someone else's thing. That's someone who's more experienced or better educated or something. Which is all what? Judgment about what's better. What's better? What's better? And it's really fascinating because, of course, all this is up because I've been spending the week with my godson who, we're trying to encourage him to think about, you have all you need. You're all there, And reality is I'm talking to myself. He just showed up to, remind me. And apparently he's decided to stay a while to keep reminding me. So we'll see how this unfolds. And by the way, my sister Courtney is in the front row, his mother. So she's with us today and been with us for a whole day. So it's been kind of interesting. But why not me? Well, what is it that I don't have? The only thing I don't have is what I think I don't have. I know it sounds kind of silly, but that's it. It's it. It's just a thought. It's just the thing we put on it. You know, when we say so and so was not being nice to me, or they were doing something to me, well, what is that? That's my definition of what they did, right? It's just my idea of what they did. It's not the reality of necessarily anything, and I can shift it by shifting how I view it, how I take it, what I do with it. And so the other thing that's come up this week is this sense in the moment that our center's struggling a bit with dollars and cents, okay? And I've had to go inside and go, well, what's going on? And really start to look at, how am I holding it? How am I holding that? What is it I'm expecting? And I don't know if I shared this before, but one time some years ago, my wife and I sat down and we looked at our finances and we realized we were making a lot more money than we thought. And that freaked us out. And then we stopped making so much money. And, you know, it was just because, why are we getting this? Why is this coming to me? Why is this happening for me? Well, I think that's the whole thing, is holding that same kind of, releasing that same kind of thinking around our community. Is, why not us? Why not us? Why not be the place where abundance shows up? Abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of people, abundance of activities, abundance of learning, and abundance of laughter. See, that wasn't a good joke. No one laughed. There we go. No. But why not? Why not? And so I know for me, I had to make a decision. Okay, so I need to see this for what I know is the truth, not for what the paper looks like, what the numbers on the page appear to tell me. I have to go, we're bigger than that. That's not what we are. And so in thinking about that, I wanted to share something that Ernest Holmes, and it ended up on 2 pages. How did I do that? Okay. We are born to be happy, to be abundantly supplied with every good thing, to have fun in living, to consciously unite with the divine power that is around us and within us, and to grow and expand forever. We are born to be happy, to be abundantly supplied. Wow. And you are more than you appear to be. Life is greater than you have ever known it. The best is yet to come. Wow, that's a great thought, isn't it? The best is yet to come. And, you know, when I was younger, I saw that really clearly. And as I've gotten older, it's like, wow, fascinatingly, that really is true. I keep growing and learning. I keep expanding. I keep having the opportunity to see something different. I have the opportunity to sit down in a place that's uncomfortable and to realign my thinking to know that there is more than what I'm seeing. And when I do that, it shifts how I feel. It shifts what happens around me. It shifts those around me. And so it's a grand opportunity to step into that. The world will persist in exhibiting before you what you persist in affirming the world is. Emma Curtis Hopkins. So Emma was one of those teachers of New Thought who taught Ernest Holmes and the Fillmores and others. And it's a really simple thing. And we've said it before, what we hold is what persists. Now, we all have the relative or the friend who always has a problem. They always have something going on they got to tell us about, right? And probably we've all been that person once or twice where we were like, I got something to tell you. It's bad, you know? And that movement from that space of acknowledge, or the balance, really, the balance of having a place to vent on occasion, what's going on and what's real, and then stepping in and allowing yourself to step into, okay, so that's how it feels, but that's not what it is. That's what I'm observing, but I need to shift what I'm thinking about that. I need to move in another direction. I need to see I need to hold that something in this is going to be wonderful and grand and fantastic. And so when the huge things come up in our lives, when things change, our jobs fall out from under us, our friends move away, whatever it is, things that change, and suddenly we have to readjust what's going on, we have to totally shift and find a way to be in gratitude and a way to be accepting and allowing of what's coming in. To get curious about what's next. To say, wow, what could be here for me? And so I think I'm putting this out for our community as a whole to get curious about what this time is about in your life, in this community. What is it that we could show up as in this community? How could we serve? How could we be present? What is it that we want to do? And we have so many things in the works around that. So many things that, what did I do? Lose my glasses? No, I put them up here. So many things in the works that are coming forth that I know will be wonderful. And I have to keep seeing them as already happening, or I start to go this way. Wayne Dyer said, abundance is not something we acquire, it's something we tune into. Because it's always there. It's, do I see it? Do I allow it? Do I accept that? Why not me? Why should it not be a part of my life? Do I move into that space, or do I say, not me? I don't know, you know. I've got enough, but I don't need any more. I don't have enough, but I'm not dead, so it's okay. You know, that kind of thinking. And you know, I say that because I've been there, and I know that that's how it goes. And so the opportunity to be reminded that really it's not about how we get our life together, it's how we allow our life to come together. Thank you. Okay, maybe I'll be on one of these quote boards someday, you know? It's okay. Yeah, how do we allow it? How do we just allow our life to reveal itself and to love what's coming forth and to love ourselves? Because I think that's one of the keys. Is if I'm not standing in a place of valuing me, of loving myself, then I'm not in a space where I can allow and tune in to that abundance that's mine. It's already there. Because I don't see myself that way. And if I'm not seeing myself that way, I'm having trouble seeing you that way. And so it doesn't serve any of us. So the opportunities for us to grow in our own understanding allows us to grow to support one another in our growth. One of my favorite silly songs is "I Love Myself So Much" that I can love me so much, that I can love you so much that you, anyway. It's a good song, and probably someone who sings should do it, but the idea is that I have to love me to love you so you can love me. And that's how it works. It circulates. As we are able to put out, things come in. As we are able to share, we receive. As we are able to access the truth of who we are, we see that truth reflected back in the people around us. So when we're hit those spots where we're tempted to say, why me? Or we're tempted to say, no, not me. This isn't mine. I'm doing this. We can shift it. Why not me? Why not? Who else? Who else better? Who else better than us? Each one of us individually, RGCSL as a community, why not? So I'd like to just anchor us in prayer around that right now. I'm going to invite practitioners and ministers to just surround the room and hold the space, just symbolizing the way that the way that Spirit holds us at all times. So, I am knowing right here and right now that each one of us is a perfect emanation of Spirit. Each one of us is a divine gift to the world. And so I stand in gratitude for each gift in this room, each gift who is participating with us through the internet, each person who participates with us in the future, each one who has blessed this place in the past, and know that all of that makes up this place where beauty happens, where abundance happens, where grace happens, where love happens. So I'm knowing for each one of us right now, why not me? I am that place of Spirit. I am that place of life. And so I open myself to whatever Spirit is doing in my life. I know that there is no place where Spirit is fallen down on the job. There's no place where there's not enough. There's no place in my essence where I've ever been hurt, harmed, or damaged in any way. So I tune into that space and I hold that for myself and I open up to what's coming in. I open up to what's present. And I celebrate the gifts of who I am. I celebrate the gifts of who we are. I celebrate all the gifts that we have to share with our families and our community and Albuquerque and way beyond. Because there is so much light and love in this room, in this group, wherever you are, that we could light up a city. And it's time for us to say, why not us? So I'm knowing right here and right now that we are right where we should be, that there is divine perfection happening here, And I give great and abundant thanks for that. And I release this word and say, and so it is. So I'd like to take this opportunity right now to invite John Kirk forward. He has been the acting treasurer of our Board of Trustees, and he did confirm the other night that he was no longer going to be acting. He would actually be a treasurer. So, yay! So, thank you.
Thank you, I think.
I think.
Well, I'm going to start this out borrowing a line from one of my favorite actors, Robin Williams. Good morning, Rio Grande CSL. I love this place. I love the people in here. As Gill said, I am the treasurer of the board and trustees. I'm standing here before you this morning because I have a very special message for you from your friends that are on the board. Our mission with you has been to engage in transparency around finances and for decision making in which we are all engaged. We have seen a steady growth in attendance, both in person and virtually. We have seen the increase in enthusiasm after we brought on board Reverend Gill and that buzzing noise, and Susan Clark. Um, we have survived the devastating effects of the COVID epidemic, but we, as well as all spiritual organizations, have suffered financially. I have received our financial statements for the month of January, and I would like to address some issues that I see as a financial professional. Last fall, we prepared a budget for 2023, and today I'm going to discuss those results. Our budget for January was to receive income of $18,700 and expenses of also $18,700, so we would have zero gain or loss on our cash. These budget figures were derived from annualizing the income and expenses patterned that we experienced in last year. So as you do the same allocation factor as you had in the previous year. However, our total income for January was $9,300, which was under budget for the month by $2,000. No, was under budget by $9,300 from the budget, but it was also $2,000 less than from the year ago. January's expenses were $16,000, which was $2,600 less than budgeted. The increase in expenses includes increased personnel costs for our spiritual director and the music director and other support staff over the previous year. Additionally, our rent is approximately $6,300 a month, all inclusive. And we are paying an additional $1,000 a month of that $6,300 for the deferred part of the rent that was from last year. We had a deferred rent agreement, and we're starting to pick up that deferral for an extra $1,000 a month. There are several reasons for the lower income. A number of people traveled during the holidays and the early part of January because they're now had an opportunity to travel because of COVID. But that also put a damper on our donations. Okay, additionally, we began Partners in Vision in 2023. That campaign goes to that campaign till mid-January. Initial responses to that initiative were strong, but in the last couple of weeks, members of our leadership team have been diverted because of personal matters that required their attention. We are doubling down on reaching out to community members who have not yet become partners, and we estimate that there is approximately 40 people with whom we still need to be in communication. Your participation in Partners Vision of 2023 will make a tremendous difference in the sustainability of Rio Grande CSL. One action that the board is taking is to consider all of our expenses. Our initial examination can reduce or eliminate some of those expenses. That will make a small dent in the difference between expenses and income, however. We are now exploring several fundraising opportunities which should provide significant income to Rio Grande CSL, both to meet our expenses and to replenish our reserves. Those efforts, however, are just in the planning stages and may take several months to bear fruit. As of the end of January, the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living has only about $3,600 in the bank. If we have the mismatch between expenses and income as we did in January, this will put us in an untenable situation. We are reaching out to you for 3 specific requests. The first is to consider front loading your giving for 2023 in the beginning of this year. Doing so will allow us to meet our current expenses as our community continues to grow and flourish. And we've seen that happen in the last couple of months where our attendance has grown considerably. We're over 45. We got a total of 60 people, both in person and virtually. And compared with a year ago, that's about a 25% increase in attendance. Secondly, we are asking as many of you as possible to make a one-time donation of $2,000 or more through the end of February. Finally, if you have any ideas in terms of fundraising, or even more importantly, energy to help us to bring these events to life, please speak to me or any of the other board members. I would also like everyone to remember the vision we all have of our thriving, exciting, and spiritually motivated center, and how much of a change we have seen in just this little time that we've had. I will be available after the service for anyone who has questions, either on the financials or the budget or anything else. I love this center. I love the people that are here. And the only thing I have left to say is, so it is. Thank you.
What if? Absolutely. That's what we're knowing. So this moment is our opportunity to give from our hearts. So I'm inviting us to just take a moment, and if you have your gift with you, hold it on your heart. And let's just bless our gifts, knowing that abundance is ours, that the opportunity to give is is a rich blessing. The opportunity to give is the opportunity to receive. And we know right here and right now that all that is needed for ourselves and for this community is already present. And so we trust that. All the time, all the talent, and all the dollars. So we give thanks for that and bless this time. And so we'll have some special music. We'll invite people to bring their gifts forward to the baskets. We'll have some things for you online streaming across your screen so that you can give in that way. And we appreciate whatever ways. We know people give online already. So whatever works for you, thank you so much.
Once again, Katie Gill with a Beth Nielsen Chapman song for you.
Susan doesn't remember this, but we did it together in our band called Wild Sky. The three of us here used to be in a really fun band, Wild Sky.
At least we thought so, but
Yeah. Really. Anyway, so yeah, Beth Nielsen Chapman wrote the song. It's a really fun song. Started out innocent and young, with a thirst for love, a thirst for fun. I grew up fast, this mirror in my soul, reflecting back. I've been told, like every other time I knew, take it from the outside in. I don't know.
in this world of different
All I got
meanings,
is feeling.
all I got is feelings.
I keep tumbling through my mind to this world of different. So little time, a speck of light, a tiny grain of sand, a blink in time. Is that all I am? Spending my existence, trying to make it all make sense. I don't know.
In this world of different meanings, it comes down to believing.
I keep tumbling through to this world of different meanings. I don't know.
In this world of different meanings, it comes down to believing.
This world of different.
World of different meanings, it comes down to believing.
I keep tumbling through them to this world of different meanings. I don't know.
In this world of different meanings, it comes down to believing.
Who has a picture of the answer? I don't know.
In this world of different meanings, it comes down to believing.
I keep tumbling through the world of different meanings.
In this world of different meanings, it comes down to believing. yes. Arrangements while you wait.
That's right.
That's right. Thank you, Katie,
Thank
Scott,
you.
Shimon.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, everybody.
I don't know what I'm doing up here. So at this point in time, I'd like you to join me in offering your blessing for all these generous donations, knowing with me that everything is in divine right order and that everything is unfolding just as Spirit would have it unfold, and that we are supported and loved, and that everything that we put out comes back to us tenfold. And so I'm so grateful for that. And so if you would like to join me in the affirmation for abundance, I am abundant and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous and I give from my prosperity. My blessings, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of Spirit are as abundant as the stars. And so I give and receive generously. And so it is. Thank you. Okay, so thank you. I appreciate your patience. I'd like to remind you all that we have prayer treatments and we have a prayer box in the back, and that right now we have our prayer garden, and we offer mini treatments after our celebration is over. So you can join us in that prayer garden and get prayer for whatever it is that you need prayer for, whether it be to celebrate something that's awesome going on in your life. And I guarantee you there are awesome things going on in your life, or some area where you are not seeing the truth. You are seeing that something is wrong instead of seeing that everything is in divine right order and you are being supported in every moment. So I encourage you to join us in the prayer garden and get support for whatever it is that you feel you need support for. And also, please take advantage of the prayer box. We also have prayers available online. If you go to our website, you can submit a prayer and get supported, because that's what we're here for, to remember the truth of one another. Okay, so I am in my closing part, I think. So it's been a joy for us to be together today and to celebrate. And please don't forget that we have the prayers. What am I doing here, Gill? I have no idea. Oh, and so now we. It's all fun if you just make it. So. So now I'm going to invite Norm up for the announcements, and then we're going to have Lisa Kerr come up and give us our benediction, and then we will be closed out by special music by Susan Clark. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
John Kirk so eloquently said, "Good morning." And Reverend Gill, your message, why not? And why not you? And to the musicians, why not you being here to grace us today? Okay, annual giving statements have been sent out in the mail, so you should get a listing of all the stuff that you donated. And if you find any errors with that or any problems with it, contact Mark Ayers, the guy behind the booth. That's not like the, the Wizard of Oz type thing behind the booth. Okay, we're having a Spread the Love with Valentine message and card. So if you notice in the community room back there, there's some Valentine bags there. And if you want to decorate those or make an announcement to somebody, be sure you do that today, Monday through Thursday, until the 18th. The 14th is Tuesday. So anyway, so that's back there in the back there. And if you got an announcement here from somebody that said, today we're finishing with decorating and placing messages in the Valentine's bags. Plan to take your bag home next week. So if you have any love messages to share with others, make sure you place them before next Sunday. So take care of that. Okay, next Sunday. All right, super. Bookworms. Anybody in here a bookworm? Bookworm. Unite and donate. If you got books or CDs or DVDs, we have a bunch of them at our house. We're going to bring those. So bring those in, and then we're going to make a sailing. Sailing. We're not going to be sailing. We're going to be selling these products and these good condition books, DVDs, and CDs, so we can have a little bit of a fundraising thing. So you can drop that supplies off here Monday through Thursday from 10 to 12, or any Sunday that you are coming in here. Okay, so we have an announcement here. It's called "What's the New Mexico Home Fund?" If that's a program administered by the state of New Mexico that helps renters and homeowners in New Mexico pay their rent, mortgage, and utility bills, and it's funded by the federal government. So why not? This program for those who need a little extra help, and you don't have to pay it back. So if you're in that situation, or you know somebody is, that home fund is there for you to take advantage of. So don't let that go by if you need help. Susan Solari, Artist of the Month for February. Where's Susan? Right there. She's got a a bunch of beautiful cards and prints for Valentine's Day in the bookstore. So if you haven't seen those yet, go back there and take a look at her artistic abilities and acknowledge her, and go ahead and purchase some of those products there. And all I've got left is recurring events. Again, the board meets on the 21st, 5:30 to 7 on Zoom. And the link for that is on the newsletter or the website. On Thursdays, we're having A Course in Miracles by Nancy Bowers. Where's Nancy Bowers? Oh, there she is. At the center on Zoom, and anybody is welcome, and no prior experience is necessary. And this is meeting ID and all that kind of stuff is in the newsletter. On Fridays, there will be a spiritual discussion group headed up with Alicia Hanlon. And this is a discussion group that's really steeped in the science of mind philosophy, in the studies and the works of Ernest Holmes and other notable metaphysical teachers. And that's from 11:30 to 12:30 on Zoom on Fridays. On Saturdays from 8:30 to 10 in person and on Zoom is Food Addicts and Recovery Anonymous. So check that out. And also on the second and fourth Sunday of each month afterwards at 11:30 in person right here, they're going to have a creative expression writing group. And that's all in the newsletter that's handed out, or online if you want to get that information. And after we finish here with the benediction and the lovely music here, we're going to be having a opportunity to have food and coffee and stuff there in the back. So be sure you join us for that. And my last message before I close out here is, go Chiefs! That's all for me. Live from New Mexico, Sunday morning announcements.
Wow, just wow. I give thanks for the words that were spoken today by Reverend Gill, and for the way that those words touched me and moved me in a way that will inspire my week, my life going forward. I just give thanks for that. I give thanks to everyone that participated in this service, to Nancy Bowers, to Norm, to Susan and her friends, for they have also touched me and moved me and shifted me just that little bit that I needed to be shifted to feel centered and at peace with myself. Oh, and I give thanks for everyone that's in this sanctuary, that's here today. I can feel the outpouring of love from each and every one of you, just surrounding me and filling me with just that sense of being, of belonging. I give thanks for that. I give thanks for everyone that's listening online or that will listen to this as we move forward, knowing that there's also an outpouring of love from you, and that you are also receiving that same blessing that I'm receiving, of feeling like you belong, of feeling that, that there are roots here. And for anyone that traveled here today, I want to bless your journey as you leave and you go home, knowing that it is safe and that you are loved. And with that, I say, and so it is.
Thank you, Nancy. Or Lisa. Yeah. Thank you both. I'd like for you to stand if you're able, if you feel like it. We're going to have a closing song, which is by the Beatles. You can never go wrong with the Beatles, I say. I also say Paul McCartney should have married me, but you know. It's when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she's standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Have a good week.